So interest rates are on the rise. How does that impact you as a first-time homebuyer or even a move-up homebuyer? Find out in this week's Homebuyer Radio.
This is Homebuyer Radio with home loan expert Dan Moralez. Dan has been one of the nation's leading mortgage lenders since 1991. And weekly he shares with you valuable insight into the home buying process. Whether it's your first home or not, Dan will help you have a better understanding of the home buying process. Let's get started with this week's episode. Dan, what do you have for us this week?
Hey, thanks, Pat. It's Dan Moralez. It's Homebuyer Radio, episode number 175. It is January 16. Go figure, right? It's almost been a month since I did the last episode. Just a crazy time with the holidays, and I had an assistant that decided to have a baby, which congratulations, Emily, love you to death. So it's been a kind of abnormal time for me, where I've been a little bit busier than normal. But I wanted to get back on the saddle here and make sure we're adding content weekly. And what I wanted to talk about this week is just a sharp rise that we've seen in mortgage rates. That sharp rise in mortgage rates does impact you as a home buyer, okay? Now, keep in mind, a lot of times when people get a pre-approval, they think of a pre-approval as they qualify for a certain dollar amount, meaning that, I qualified up to $300,000 with, let's just say, a 5% down payment or something like that. The problem with that is you don't qualify for a certain dollar amount as much as you qualify for a certain monthly payment, okay? Now, the amount of a house that monthly payment can buy depends on what your interest rate is. So in other words, let's just say you qualified in an interest rate that was, let's just say, 3%. And if market rates are closer to 3.75, that 0.75% difference can have a strong impact in the amount of house you qualify for. Now, that's especially true if you barely qualified at that 3%, meaning that, maybe you find the perfect house and you're going to go write an offer, and you had a pre-approval letter and you went through and you wrote the offer on that house, only to find out that now you don't qualify for that much of a purchase price. Now, that's something that you need to be aware of and you need to be working with your lender on. Now, if you're working with us, we're going to make sure your pre-approval is updated and you know exactly what you should be looking at. And if you're looking at a specific property and you don't qualify for that property, we're going to tell you don't qualify for that property. But that's one of those things that if you're a home buyer that's out there, or if you're one of the realtors that listens to our podcast on a regular basis, it's one of those things that if you're not having these conversations with your clients, you need to have those conversations and make sure that those pre-approvals are getting updated. Because if you don't, you could end up writing an offer and potentially even getting an offer accepted on a property that your clients can't close on. So it's really important that you understand that sometimes clients are pushing the absolute, top end of what they qualify for. What happens is when they push that very top end of what they qualify for and interest rates go up, you may find yourself in a position where you now have a problem. So don't let that happen to you. Of course, if you're a home buyer, you're looking to get pre-approved or to buy a property, always best to work with a good, experienced lender. And a good experienced lender is not an online push button, get mortgage type of experience. If you want your offers to be taken seriously, you want to have the best chance of being able to win in an offer, you really need to work with a good, experienced local lender or knowledgeable lender that knows what they're doing, because oftentimes they are the key to being able to get a deal done, because they can oftentimes structure that loan in such a way where you have the best overall outcome. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Dan Moralez. This is Homebuyer Radio. Do me a favor. If you enjoy the podcast, please write a review on Apple, or do me a favor and make sure you share it with friends and family. Have a good day.
Homebuyer Radio is a production of Dan Moralez, home lending expert with North Point Bank, NMLS number 709729. Dan can be reached at 616-931-4629 or online at danmoralez.com. Thanks for listening, and we invite your questions and show ideas at homebuyerradio.com. All loans are subject to credit approval. This is not a commitment to lend. North Point Bank is an equal housing lender. All rights reserved.